Hi, I'm Yapo, and with me today is Nuggin.
Hi, everybody.
And today we get to watch me play Nuffleheim against CommaToes Enterprising Redshirts, which is a pro elf team.
Yeah, pro elves. I like pro elves.
Pro elves are annoying as shit, but
That's why I like them.
he's got 2 rerolls and an apothecary with a leader reroll, I believe. Yep, almost the exact same as my team, so a couple less fan factor, but that's about the only difference. And I chose to receive because he's got armor value 7, and I figured I could punch some elves pretty well here.
Yeah, probably the best decision. Get as many elves out on the first turn as you can.
Pro elves to have a couple of skills that we haven't seen so far. If you'll notice, he's got number 1 and 2, 2 spaces from the edge there, which normally players would never ever want to do. But those guys come out of the box with sidestep.
Sidestep is one of my favorite annoying skills. And double skulls is also awesome.
On the very first block of the game. Yeah, I was like, alright, this is going to be shitty. That's never a good start.
Nah, it's generally not.
A couple other skills we haven't seen. The Yeti has Disturbing Presence, which we'll talk about when it actually becomes a thing. And the Catchers have Nerves of Steel, which we'll talk about when it becomes a thing. But look forward to more skill chat here.
Look at those elves go down. Right there on the sideline. Beautiful.
Yeah, and I get a bunch of stuns, but no actual injuries. And I've got 2 loners for this game again, so I always try and make sure that they're in spots where I won't actually try and use them for anything, because that's a bad idea.
Yeah, you don't want loners accidentally knocking someone out and then getting all the SPPs.
That's what happened last game. But no, you also don't want loners trying to do anything important, because then no matter what, they'll burn a reroll on a loner roll.
Yep.
Every time.
Nuffle loves your loners.
Which the Yeti here, we'll talk about a little bit, he's got Claw, Wild Animal, and Loner and Disturbing Presence. Claw reduces armor value of opponents to 7, no matter what it is.
Not that helpful against elves.
No. The only 2 players he's got are the ones that both have block, and I try to avoid throwing blocks into a block player without block, if that made sense. But Wild Animal means that if he tries to block or blitz, he does it normally on a roll of 2+. If he just tries to move, he's got to get a 4+. Otherwise, he just stands there and roars. Which is what happened there, as he rolled a 1 when he tried to block that guy, and so he just stood there and roared.
Yetis can be stubborn.
But unlike some of the other big guys, he keeps his tackle zones when he does it, so he still gives assists, and you have to dodge away from him. Unlike Bonehead and Really Stupid, where you just lose your tackle zones and players can run away.
Yeah, Wild Animal is one of the nicer, terrible skills that your big guys can get.
It's definitely not the worst nega trait. So he'll try and screen my cage, basically, because that's what elves are best at.
Yeah, elves don't want to be standing right next to too many guys, so they gotta just get in your way of your cage and make you try to get through them instead.
Which is what he's trying to do here, put a little bit of pressure on. So I'm trying to remember what happens here.
I'm assuming you're gonna punch some more elves.
Yeah, I think so, because that's always my plan.
That's a good plan to have against elves.
I also like to man-mark elves a lot, because he won't throw 1 dice blocks against me, and that forces him to make dodge rolls out. Yeah, so I'm going to blitz this guy off. He's got sidestep, but I got frenzy, so...
Oh, bad dodge.
Nope. It's a 3+ with reroll. It doesn't happen.
CommaToes wants to know if we like stuff. I like stuff.
And that's him failing a dodge roll, which is a 2+, but he doesn't have dodge, so he's got to use a team reroll for it. And then he gets some not great rolls as well.
Luckily, his guy, well, for him, his guy had block as well.
Yeah. So I complained about the dice on that dodge, and then he failed a 2+, and then a 2 dice block, so. And then a skull, having already rolled a 1 on the dodge, so he doesn't even have the option to re-roll it.
The dice are turning out absolutely wonderful in this game already.
Yep. It's a good game for the dice.
That's every game. Oh, look at double skulls again. Beautiful.
Yep. That's 2 in 3 turns. Both first blocks of the turn, I believe, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I should probably know the statistics on that by now, seeing as the amount of times I've seen so many double skulls in a row, but I never bothered to look it up.
It's 1 in 36 for double skulls. So every 36 2 dice blocks you throw, you should see a double skull.
But what's your chance of like 3 double skulls in a row? It's incredibly small.
I know quad skulls is 1 in 1,296 because I actually rolled that the other day.
Wow.
Yeah. But so since Odin has got brand new sidestep, I can put him next to the sideline, which is a very dangerous place for anyone to be, especially against Norse, with all the frenzy. And yeah, so I do a bunch of 1 dice blocks, just trying to punch elves, hoping I can make something happen.
Shoving a few of them around, and you got past the screen, so you're in a good position there.
Yeah. Luckily, he didn't really reposition before he failed that block, so I got a hole punched with Ragnar and then just kind of ran everybody up. But elves, so
Yeah, elves are doing what elves do right now, and that's just get in your way and then get completely knocked over.
or do all sorts of crazy dodges to get dice on your ball carrier. Although pro elves aren't the best on defense, they're probably one of the best teams on offense as far as scoring capability.
Yep, get the ball, get it all the way down the field to the one guy you left way in the back, and then run him in for a touchdown.
Well, CommaToes actually has 3 catchers who have 8 movement, 4 agility, catch and nerves of steel, and then 2 throwers who each have pass and 4 agility. So he can leave 2 guys in the back and run 3 guys downfield and have a bunch of different options. And nerves of steel, I guess we'll talk about it, means you can catch a ball. When you catch a ball, you ignore tackle zones. So it's a 2+ with reroll to catch all the time, unless it's raining.
It's really nice when you leave a guy back and then they leave 1 or 2 guys back too to say, "Oh, fuck you! I'm gonna keep this guy here," and then you just catch the ball anyway because you don't care about their tackle zones and then dodge out of them because you're an elf.
Yep. Also, that was a 1 dice pow on the blodge sidestepper.
See, well, you got the sidestep though, and kind of get in the way. At least not be in danger of being pushed out after you stop being stunned.
Yeah, and so it gets the pow, gets the ball. Right now he's still in surf range, but decides to make the going for it. All without a reroll.
CommaToes playing dangerously.
Yeah, luckily enough, I have enough guys back here that running down that elf's not going to be hard, since it has no defensive abilities. He's going to mark some players, though, to make my life more difficult. And just getting in his blocks where he can, because he's, we're both armor value 7 teams, so we're trying to kill each other as quickly as possible.
You're a much more of a glass cannon than he is, though, at the very least.
Yeah, I can generally do more damage because of block, so. Like that.
Yeah, exactly like that. Take that elf out.
And that frees up that guy.
Blitz up there, get your ball back.
And I figured I'd give Mangle Armor another shot at making a dodge blitz, because he messed it up so bad last time. And he makes it, so.
Good for him. Well done. Mark the ball. Or are you going to try to pick it up?
He's actually one of the better ball carriers I have, since he has block and dodge, so. He's got it. He's fine. Actually, both of those, he rolled a 1 first and then a 6 on the reroll, so. Critical failure to critical success. And again, mark all the guys I can to make him make dodges. Because elves dodge almost all their players every turn, and he doesn't have a whole lot of the skills, so I'm hoping that he'll fail it and have to make an armor roll or end up...
Yeah, force him to do it as much as possible. The more rolls you can make him make, the better.
That's kind of my general philosophy.
Where he is, though, he'll be hard-pressed to get up there. It looks like number 3 might be able to dodge over there, but...
It's kind of a long series of dodges for him, though.
Yeah, it is. It is.
There's a guy down right next to him, but there's negative assist on him. He can dodge out and run around, I suppose, but... That actually might be... One of his catchers has guard, which we'll talk about. It's not that one. But guard gives an assist no matter if you're in other people's tackle zones or not. So guard players are very good for throwing extra blocks.
It's also really annoying if you didn't notice that an elf has guard and you think, oh, I'm going to take him out with one guy because I'm up strength on him, and his guard guy there just completely ruined your day.
Yep, and he got a block there, or a both down, so we had to spend one of his rerolls to make that block safe. And now he's got 2 guys on me, but there's some good pushing opportunities here.
Yeah, you could get those guys away from you pretty easily and get in there and score.
It's the goal, and actually it's very good for him to be throwing blocks, even 2 dice blocks against linemen like that, because I don't care about the linemen. I do like Suds, but he's wasting guys on throwing blocks, and that's better for me in the long run.
It's very risky for him.
Well, he's throwing blocks with the blitzers, so he's got block, but it's not as bad as it could be. But it's definitely not the best option necessarily. And trying to push me towards the sideline there, but again, he's got to commit like 3 players to throw 2 dice blocks on the Ulf, so that leaves fewer players around the ball.
They're elves being elves right there, dodging out of 5 tackle zones and then falling over.
Yep. That was actually a dodge. I thought that was a going for it. He failed, but it was the dodge. It would have been better had it been the going for it. Alright, so my plan here is I'll throw a block with number 10 there and just chain push Mangle Armor out of tackle zones, and he can just run around and score. So that's the goal. And I get a 2 dice block in on number 5 there, because I moved Odin over for the assist. But I don't get the push.
So we can blitz or we can dodge out. Going for the blitz. Nice.
Well, that guy doesn't have blocks, so a lot of both down skulls on that series, but
he's knocked out now.
Yep, which is helpful, provided he doesn't recover, because I figured go ahead and score.
Touchdown.
Yep,
good first drive.
With someone that's not Odin, I would like to note. His Mangle Armor. That's his... I don't even know. He's got a touchdown already, but he's also got 2 kills and some other stuff. So he's our good all-around player. And I literally make up my formations as I go along, so this is the random ass shit I decided on for this game.
Yeah, I've heard a lot of theories about where you should put your guys immediately, after you score, and they're all different. I've seen no consistency in them, and it really seems to not make that much difference as long as you have coverage on the field.
Everybody has their own system. I'm OCD, so I go for symmetry over everything else, which is why the runner and the berserker are stacked in the middle.
And he's going to run all his elves straight down past your lines there.
Yeah, he's got 2 catchers on the one side and 1 catcher on the other, and he's got both his blitzers stacked on the left side there, so he can hopefully do some damage over on that side. Set up for a pass play. But again, as long as he's committing 3 guys to block the Ulf Warners, that's good for me. As that leaves more players free to do other things. And he's elves, so he can pick up the ball and pass and all that other stuff on a 2+ for the most part.
So he's going to back up and wait off the pass probably until he... Oh, no, yeah. Okay, he'll throw the ball way back so you don't get anywhere near it.
Right, I can't get to him now. Even with 2 going for it, I don't think I can even mark him.
And then he'll get as many guys down the field as he can and just toss the ball over every single one of your guys and score in one more turn.
Yep. And it won't matter how many tackle zones I put on the runners to catch the ball, just to...
Nerves of steel.
Yep. Just for them to dodge out. But they get 2+ dodges, so...
2+ dodges like that.
Yep.
Very, very helpful for elves to try to get away.
And put elves next to my guys for some reason, so I get to punch them, which is always a good thing. And looking back on this now, I was like, alright, I'll run one up to pressure. And this other guy should have run up on number 3 there. Because he's actually another thrower. I kind of forgot that he had 2 throwers. So I kind of just leave him unmarked.
Yeah, he's wide open there.
Because I was like, oh, at this point, I still hadn't remembered that these catchers have nerves of steel. So I was like, oh, I'll double mark the catchers. It'll be fine. He's not going to catch a ball in 2 tackle zones. That's a 4+ roll now.
Always look at the player's skills before you do anything. You've got 4 minutes per turn. That's plenty of time.
That's true, but I was like, oh, it's fine. So he's double marked. The other runner can't make it. We're good.
Hey, at least you have a chance to catch the ball, and he has to dodge out of 2 tackle zones now.
Yeah, there's a little bit there. And
Yeti blitz.
Yep. And any turn you don't have a critical blitz you need done, you blitz with the Yeti. And while some people would consider knocking down a catcher a critical blitz, in this situation I really don't.
No, he's got enough guys down there that it doesn't make that much difference if you were to knock down just one of them.
Right, so... That was actually a catcher, though, that he blitzed, so... And KO'd. So now there's only 2 reception targets. But elves, so...
Right. He'll get all the rest of his guys downfield due to a pass and a handoff
and I
score
suppose
somehow magically.
Now is a good time to talk about it. Disturbing Presence is that glowy circle around the Yeti, and it means any player on the opposing team attempting to pass, catch, or pick up a ball within 3 spaces of the Yeti has a -1 modifier. So he's actually got Disturbing Presence on the catcher right there. You can see the little things flash up.
Beautiful elf pass.
Yep. And Nerves of Steel ignores the tackle zone, so it's still a 3+ catch. With an automatic reroll.
Failing the dodge, but reroll.
Yep.
Made it. Scored. That's what elves do.
Yep, so... I could have done something better there, but I really have no answer for that. I don't have tackle, I don't have diving tackle, I don't have enough blitzes to kill the elves.
Your best bet would have been tried to force him to dodge to get down there in the first place a few more times, but there's really not a lot you could have done there.
So that's why I hate Pro Elves. And I was like, alright, I got 2 turns, I can still do this. I can answer back, because I am Elf Norse.
Bash the 3 elves on the line, of course.
Yep, so it's putting in some work. That is a minus AV, which means 6 armor value for these elves now.
Another one. Wow.
Badly hurt.
Badly hurt.
Yes, this was a good turn. This is a very good turn for me. Because that means he is down to 9 elves at the maximum. Which means the snowballing.
See, this is about the best you could have done after the elf scores. You just punish them.
Anytime they score, that means free punches on the elves on the line.
He's only got 8 men left on the field now.
Right. Which is helpful. The more elves I can get out, the harder it is for him to do those passing plays, because the more I can mark players and put more tackle zones he's got to dodge through.
Nerves of Steel is only so good when you have 4 guys marking the catcher.
And when you've got the reverse cage on the catcher, so he has to dodge through too no matter what.
Exactly.
And it was like, screw it, the catch would be the same, he's got a pass reroll, we'll just throw this ball.
Hey, free SPP.
There you go.
Can't complain about that.
And this is not my best choice. I was trying to count. I was like, okay, this is the safe spot because this is the cage, and I was like, I gotta make 2 going for it if I leave him here. Okay, we're doing this next to the guard catcher.
See, that's why you gotta look and make sure that they don't have guard.
No, I knew it was the guard catcher at the time. I was like, this is preferable to going for it. Because I didn't have any rerolls, and he's got blodge and sidestep, so I figured he'd be okay. So I got 1 turn after this. And he's gonna go ahead and set up a screen. So when he fails something, he's not completely at a loss.
Yeah, he's going to be hard-pressed to knock you down too well right there, but at least he can get in your way and fuck up your plan of getting up there and scoring again.
I think that was his goal. Now my original thought was right here was like, alright, if he doesn't get knocked down, I can totally get a chain push going, so he doesn't even have to make a going for it.
There that is then.
Yeah, but he's got dodge, he's fine.
And sidestep. You get to go right in the middle of all your guys there.
But yeah, like right here, I was like, okay, I can totally chain push this. I got this. Okay, maybe not. I still got this. I can move some guys over and get that chain push or do the blitz and get it. But elves are elves and they all dodge away.
Just gonna get in your way and ruin your day.
And so now I don't really have it. That's a long chain push to do. So I figured I've got a free path to the end zone through the sideline there. And I figured I'd do one last blitz with Mangle Armor because he's got 2 SPP from a level. And I figured that was safer than the 2 going for it, so I got to make to get into the end zone.
Everyone's terrified of going for it.
Yes, because they are atrocious.
They're easy, but they always fail.
They're a trap. I hate them so much. So I figure 3 dice block. Because, it's not like he's failed a 3 dice block before, even with reroll, right? Oh, wait.
Right.
Fucking Rob. But that one works, so. I was trying for a lucky casualty. And then mark all the elves in case I fall over and die so they can't score quite so easily.
2 going for it. See? That wasn't terrible.
Yeah, but it's Odin, so he can do everything.
Look at all those elves laying down.
Got 2 out, so that's good. I still have all the players, so. And he's got 1 turn, so he'll set up all his guys back safe for a blitz. That's why I have suds up there. Is that if I get a blitz, I want to be able to at least go punch somebody. But so he's, he'll punch the loners here and get a pass, and then call it a day. I'm almost surprised he didn't set up further forward, hoping for a riot or something, but because he can very easily score in 2 turns.
It's risky to hope for something like that, though, especially if you don't want one of your nice guys knocked out from a blitz.
Yeah, but I mean, a blitz you get 1 guy knocked out, a riot you score a touchdown.
He's also in a good position where he's, he can score again pretty quick the next turn, hopefully.
Yeah, I guess he'll
half.
receive at the next half too, so he gets the ball back and gets to pull Elfie bullshit more. And yeah, so I think that's it as far as the first half goes.
It was a fun first half. Got to see some elf punching, some touchdowns.
Got to see some Elfie bullshit with Nerves of Steel. I hate pro elf catchers. He's got 2 out, like I say, he's receiving next half, and that's it.
Oh, there's the elf in his shorts.